recorded live.
Hey, everybody. Kiler Davenport here on TalkShoe Live, and they saved our life again. The 24-hour station is still down, and we are working hard to try and get it back up. A little money would help, I tell you. We tried to raise a couple $150, sorta, kinda, and I don't know where that's going, but we definitely need $150 to get the station back up and running, and that is a lot of money to us right now. So it's going to be a while until we get that money paid in to get the 24-hour station back up. We are on TalkShoe tonight, but we are Alternative Public Radio International, as many of you know. I want to report that we did get the mental health, Northwest Mental Health Connection page up today, and we've already had over 100 hits on that page. That's the Northwest Mental Health Connection page. We are mental health advocates here in the Northwest, and we sit on a few boards for mental health, and we work with the homeless, over 60 that are sick and in the streets. We decided to put a mental health page up that was both pro and con psychiatry. So we've got the pro side up and the con side up on psychiatry, and I am definitely anti-psychiatry, even though I'm on a ton of pharmacological agents for my PTSD. I rely on those drugs to keep me sane and keep me going, but I'm still anti-psychiatry. I think most of psychiatry is just bunk science. There are some good things that come out of there, but not a whole lot that we couldn't cure with holistic medicine, natural medicine, natural herbs. So, it's a great page. Go check it out. Northwest Mental Health Connection. And I want to say hello to Glenn Sutphin out there, my friend and one of my admins on that page. I also want to say hi, give a shout out to Marion Pound, my best friend of 20 years and one of our senior executive producers here at APRI. It has been interesting. It has been very, very interesting over the last couple of weeks. I've really been taking a hard look at Facebook, and everything that everyone says about Facebook negative is right. Facebook is pretty much a dead-end road. I think we would probably be better off with no Facebook at all. I think we would all be better off in our little tribes, our little bands, even our little chiefdoms. Definitely not the state. I'm not a statist, and I wish we were hunters and gatherers again, but we're not. We've overpopulated our cities and our counties and our communities, and we are so divided. Man, we are so divided. And any of you that say we're not, well, good for you. Good for you. I hope you're in a place where you have real community going on, because I just don't see it, especially being on Facebook and looking at all of the hundreds and hundreds of posts that I look at and putting two and two together and trying to put this jigsaw puzzle together. You just don't see a lot of community going on, even in these groups that are on Facebook. They are so divided and so divisive and so at each other's throats. It's hard to get a good foothold in any of these groups that I've been in, especially if you have some really, really good ideas to put in there. They get mad at you for putting good ideas in there. There's usually some guru running the group, some big shot running the group that wants their 10 minutes of fame in their little group, and they get pissed off when somebody comes in my age, 60 years old, with all of the experience I have, and puts my 2 cents in. They kick me out of the group or block me or whatever. So that's a big problem. The other big problem is censorship. Facebook is censoring a lot of people, and we're talking millions of people that are being censored. They're having their videos taken down from YouTube. They're having things taken away from Google Hangouts. They're having their Facebook post removed, or Facebook is rigging the game where nobody can see what you're posting. So we've got a lot of problems here, folks. And what we're trying to do here at Alternative Public Radio is straighten some of these things out. I've recently started a group, which I haven't officially put up yet, called the Top Gun 25. Real simple name, the Top Gun 25. And what that's going to be about is we're going to try to get 25 people to come together and share posts among our group and like each other's pages among our group, comment around and within our group, and invite friends to each other's pages, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever friends to each other's pages within that Top Gun 25 group. We're going to try to stick together as much as possible. We're going to kind of be on the same page. What it's really about is blocking some of the censorship that Facebook is doing. And I'll tell you a little bit more how that works later. But we've got the mental health group going, Northwest Mental Health Connection, which is a good thing. And we've got the Top Gun 25 coming around the corner here pretty quick. That's going to be going up as a private group. I think I'm going to be putting a few select people in that group who are willing to share and like and comment and invite friends to each other's pages. I really shouldn't have to tell you all how that works. You should already know what I'm doing, just from what I've said already. I don't know. Most of you are on Facebook to play games and fiddle-diddle around and talk to your imaginary friends and your relatives, few relatives that you talk to, and that's it. And we're not here for that at all. We're here as a community service. We're here as a community action team. We're here to dig to the bottom of these stories that are coming out from around the world and try to get what we can, glean what we can out of that, and vet the sources, and then get the news out as best we can on air so that everybody might comprehend what's going on around the world a little bit better. You know, this Fukushima thing is really getting out of hand as one of the most catastrophic events in our history. And if it blows, we go. If it blows, they're going to have to evaluate this situation and possibly evacuate North America. But the mainstream media is not covering any of this hardly at all. You'll see a lot of it on alternative media, but there again, alternative media is not that popular, or is not as popular as it should be. So I want to give a shout out to David Johnson over at MGTOW, and I want to give a shout out to Thomas Ufert, who I'm taking over for tonight. Tom's take was not on tonight. Tom is busy with some charity events and some other things. So I am filling in for Mr. Tom Ufert tonight. I want to give a shout out to Robin K. Miller. Robin is one of my friends, and she's got a great book out about Rikers Island, and you might want to pick up a copy of that. It is The Dark Underbelly of Rikers Island by Robin K. Miller, and it's on bookstands now. You can pick it up over there on her page, Robin K. Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. I also want to give a shout out to Jonathan Wolfman over at Salon Radio. Jonathan is a good friend of ours, and he is cross-promoting the station, cross-promoting our post, and he has been so generous to go over and invite friends to the Northwest Mental Health Connection. While we are on, I'm going to go over and take a look at the page and see what it is doing. Boy, my numbers are down on my Facebook page, I will tell you that. We're climbing 107, 104 this week. 109 followers on that page for the Northwest Mental Health Connection. And that page looks really great. And man, does it have some good information on it. You guys and girls have got to go over there, especially peer support, psychiatrists, doctors, nurses, counselors, advocates, activists. You all definitely need to get over there and check this page out. It is full of very, very interesting and enlightening information. And I want this page to grow fast. And I want it to help people. I want it to help advocates and peer support and clients. It wasn't really built for clients because some people are going to be triggered by this page. Some people are going to be afraid of this page. This page is going to terrify many people, but you know what? That's okay. We didn't build it for clients. It was built for psychiatrists and doctors and nurses and counselors and peer support and activists and advocates and community outreach people. It was not built specifically for clients. And if they happen to slip in there, well, oh well, so be it. We shall see. They might be triggered. They might not be triggered, and they might actually learn something. So we will see. We were going to have this Northwest Mental Health Connection page voted on by the board in the county for mental health, and we decided not to because it was a little bit out of the norm. Political correctness is not our middle name. And so for this page to have been voted on and approved, we would have had to tailor it and be very politically correct, and we would have had to keep it very, very soft. And it's a hard page. It's a hard page, and we wanted it to be a hard page. So that's the way we designed it, and that's the way we're going to keep it. As I said, we are working our butts off trying to get the 24-hour station back. I miss it so much. I miss being over there on the 24-hour SAM board. I miss being over there on APRI. But as I said, TalkShoe has been very, very good to us, and it has paved the way for us to have a station and do what we have done. If not for TalkShoe, we would not be here. And if not for Blog Talk Radio, we would not be here. So I want to give kudos to both TalkShoe and Blog Talk Radio. Yes, we did move up in the world and got our own station. But that costs money. And if you would like to donate to the cause, you can go over to Kiler Davenport and you can look for the PayPal button somewhere on that page. I will be posting that PayPal button again with some text again tonight or in the morning, so you all can see that and try to help us raise a little bit of money for this station. Made a lot of good friends on Facebook, a lot of interesting people on Facebook. Threatened to quit Facebook many, many times over the last couple of months. I got sick of all the bullshit over there. Just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Trying to get people to work together is a very, very difficult thing to do on Facebook. Trying to get people to do anything but play games and just piddle around talking to their imaginary friends and relatives, and they're not there to work. They're not there to get anything done. They're not there to make any major changes in the world. They might think they are by posting post of other people's posts, that have posted other people's posts, but in fact they are not doing any good at all. Most of these folks do not even understand what's going on in the world today, or how the world even works at the basic level today. And when I'm talking about how the world works, I'm talking about the Federal Reserve being a private corporation. I'm talking about the Vatican, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Rothschild family, George Soros, the bankers, or the banksters as they're called, the cabal, the statists, the nationalists. We talk about everything on this channel here. We talk about conservatives and liberals and moderates, and we talk about Democrats and Republicans and democracy and the republic and for which it stands. And as I said, we try to dig down deep into the story, and we try to make it more user-friendly for those of you who have trouble understanding some of these things, which I have ran across a few of you like that today, this morning even. So our channel has helped people understand the world and the way it works a little bit better. It's a sad, sad thing whenever I talk to my psychiatrist and he doesn't even know about the New World Order. He doesn't even know about the cabal. He doesn't understand the Federal Reserve. He doesn't understand the Rothschild family or chemtrails or forced vaccinations or MK Ultra or any of these new things. The dark state doesn't understand a bit of these things, and the counselors are the same way, exactly the same way. The peer support's the same way. They don't understand, they just don't get it, and I say, how can they be advocates? How can they be advocates and not understand how the world really works at the basic level? So what we are trying to do and what we are going to do one way or the other is to educate these folks. If I have to take newsletter after newsletter after newsletter up there and put it in their face with all of this information on it, I'm going to get them to see it and grasp some of this. So when their clients or patients come to them with some of these outrageous ideas, they'll be able to understand a little bit better that, hey, this might be a real thing they're talking about. You come in there talking about underground city, Middle Earth. That sounds a little delusional, but it's real. It's real. You come in there talking about forced vaccinations. That's real. That's not conspiracy theory. You come in there talking about Google's new supercomputer that's, a zillion times faster than the average computer. That's not conspiracy theory. That's the real deal. That's really what's going on in the world today. Patients go in there talking about being tracked and traced and profiled. That's all very real. It's happening on every computer in the world. And so that's not conspiracy theory. MK Ultra is not conspiracy theory. Mind control weapons that the government are working on and have in their possession is not conspiracy theory, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So this is why we are here. This is why I need you all to support the station. And it's been very hard to attract good talent here. Been very hard to attract hosts who really know what the hell they're talking about and what the hell they're doing. It's been very difficult for me to find a good co-host. It's been hard for us to find admins, and it's been hard for us to find people for the Top Gun 25 group. But we are still working on it. We have made promises, and we've fulfilled those promises. And we're going to continue to fulfill those promises as long as we are here. We're going to continue to build a 24-hour station. We're going to continue to add hosts and producers to the station, to the channel, to the network, and we're going to continue to grow this organization where we will have one day 10 million listeners, 10 million fans, 25 million fans. I'll be here a little bit longer. I'm 60 years old. I've got a few good years left in me, and I'm going to spend those years right here doing what I do best, and that's building radio. So you can count on that. You can count on me being here. I'll tell you, I'm very confused as to what's going on in the world as much as you all are. I'm as confounded as you all are. I'm as shocked as you all are. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. It doesn't seem to get any better. I know that many of you think Mr. Trump is going to save the day, but you have to understand that he is still working in and under the Obama administration. Obama has left a legacy of chaos, and Trump is having to clean up the doo-doo that's strode all over the floor there at the White House, and it's going to take him a while to undo what Obama has done. So don't expect him to work any miracles other than some of those minor miracles that he has worked up to this point. It's going to take him a while to even figure out the system there in Washington and the who's who, and what's going on. Even though he has his own people in his own administration, it's going to take him a while to figure out what's really going on in the world. There have been so many backdoor deals made with the Obama administration and others. Trump is going to have to work in and around that, and that is a very difficult thing to do. There were many, many Top Gun elites very entrenched in corruption before Trump came into office, and they're not going to easily give up those positions. I promise you, they're not going to give up those positions easy, and they have billions and billions of dollars behind them, if not trillions. And they have all the power in the world to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And they will get it done one way or the other if they have to kill you. And that's happened before, and it'll happen again. So, for all of you who are supporting Mr. Trump, I say that's a good thing. But don't expect him to work any miracles beyond the few small things that he's done so far, because once he gets dug in just a little deeper here over the next 6 months or so, you will see how much trouble he is going to have in making some of these deals work that he has put on the table. We shall just sit back and watch this and hope for the best and expect the worst. You know, I love radio, folks. I love radio. I love being on the air. We don't have as many listeners as I would like to have, even on the 24-hour station. We need to promote it more. We need to get behind it and really rock and roll over there, light some fires under APRI. And we need your help. We need you to support the station. We need you to share the station. Once I get it back up and I have something to share, I need you all to get behind it. Get behind this Northwest Mental Health Connection, because it's going to save lives and educate people and self-empower folks. So I need you all to get with it and get over there and do what you can to help us. We're all in this boat together, people. I know you've heard that before. We are all in this boat together, and we are all going to have to work together to bring about change. I look at these little children playing out in the yard here, and I just wonder what in the world is going to happen to them. What in the world is going to happen to them? It's anybody's guess, really. It's anybody's guess. It's hard to predict in this particular culture, this particular time and space. It's hard to predict what's going to happen to anyone, anywhere. Things are moving so fast. Information is moving at the speed of light. Things are changing so drastically, so quickly, it's hard to predict what's going to happen. It would have been much easier to predict what's going to happen back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. But even now, some of the smartest people on the planet can't predict what's going to happen. So get used to that and get used to waking up to something new every single day. And, speaking of Fukushima again, there's not a whole lot we can do about Fukushima. Well, there's really nothing we can do about Fukushima except just wait and see. And it will continue to pollute the earth. It will continue to pollute the oceans. And it will continue to pollute the air that we breathe. And it's going to get worse and worse. I do not know how they're going to solve that problem. I don't know if that problem can be solved. It's a ticking time bomb. Ticking time bomb. And we're not even talking about Yellowstone erupting or Mount St. Helens. We're not even talking about tectonic plate movement and tsunamis and earthquakes and tornadoes and aberrant weather, all of these other catastrophic events that could happen at any moment. So, we got a lot of things sitting out there that are very, very, very dangerous that we need to take into account. And most of those things there, again, we can't do anything about it. There's nothing that we can do to stop these things from happening. And that doesn't even include an electromagnetic shock wave from the sun, an EMP wave, I guess they're called, that could hit the earth and knock out the grid all over North America, all the way down to Florida, and put us in a dark ages for the next 5-6 years. That's a possibility, as well as a comet could hit the earth. Knock everything out. I know most of you are saying, well, now we don't need to worry about any of that. Well, no, you're right. We really don't, because we can't do anything about it. But, shit happens, right? Shit happens. But there are a lot of things that we can do something about that we're not, as we should be, and that's working at the local community level. We're not working at the local community levels as we should. We need to be working together at the local community levels, at the city level and the county level. That's where all the shit happens. And the state level, that's where all the shit happens. And I keep trying to encourage you all to get out there and sit on these advisory consumer boards. They have seats open on these boards around your city, and you need to get out there and sit on these boards and make a difference. Speak up, have a voice, self-empower, be self-empowered, and get out there and work with those politicians, as irky as it is, as sickening as it sounds. You need to get out there and work with these other politicians, and let your voice be heard. That's the only way to do it. If you can't sit home on the couch and complain, watch TV and eat potato chips and drink beer and expect to get anything done. You've got to get out there in the mix of things to make something happen. You've got to get out there in the mix. Let me tell Glenn that we are on air. I am on air now on Talk Show. Yes, I am. Yeah, if you want to listen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so, or come in on the conversation. Here I go on live radio. So anyway, Glenn said he probably wasn't going to work with me tonight, probably tomorrow night. We have a show Wednesday night, Thursday night, Tuesday night, Sunday night. from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific time. And we try to fill those slots as much as we possibly can. We're on the air as much as we possibly can. We've had a lot of stuff going on lately, and a lot of that stuff has been very personal and very depressing, and it has kept us from going on the air at certain times. And we're sorry about that. We're really sorry about that. But we're going to try to be on more, and we're going to try to fulfill our responsibilities here and be on air when we say we are going to be on air. So there you go. I really do want you all to start thinking about what is community? What does it mean to be a community? How do you form a community? How do you live in a community? How do you act in a community? How do you bring about more community? How do you increase the opportunities within community? Those are some hard questions that need to be answered. And I think the churches should be more involved with this question as to what is community. I think the churches should be much more involved in this. And I think they should get out and have barbecues and have retreats and revivals, outdoor revivals. It's spring now here in the Northwest. And I think they should invite the neighborhoods in, not to preach to them, but just to love them, just to be a neighbor, a good neighbor. I think that's what's needed. Just call it the Good Neighbor Night, barbecue, catfish, fried oysters, seafood, whatever. Spend some money, put up some tents, put up the barbecue grills, get out the smokers, bring some folks in, have community, teach community, bring some unity to the community. That's what we're up here trying to do ourselves. And I'll tell you what, it's not easy, folks. It's not easy one bit to bring some unity to the community. But I hope this show goes a long way tonight after it's published. I hope it goes a long way. I sure miss my mother. I tell you what, I lost my mother in 2008. I'm sitting here looking at her picture. She is so beautiful, and it just makes me want to cry to think that I lost her and she is gone forever. And there's my sweet best friend Mary that I'm with, 20 years, our picture up on the wall, me and Heather. And I have some memories left. We got rid of most of our memories when we left the South. We left them all behind. But I have some new memories now that we're building. But it's all good, folks. It's all good. You know, there's a lot of folks out there suffering right now. A lot of folks out there in pain, in deep pain, terrible pain, suffering, scared, terrified, people losing their homes, their cars, people losing their jobs, people losing their pensions and their Social Security, and there's people becoming homeless, good families becoming homeless tonight as we speak. We don't think about that kind of stuff. We don't want to think about that kind of stuff because there's nothing we feel we can do about it. But I think just talking about it helps us. Let me see if I can add Glenn to this group call. I don't know if I can or not. Yeah, I think I can, actually. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Glenn. Hey, Glenn. Are you there? Yeah, can you help me? You can get him. I know you. You're smart. I'm on air, folks. Sorry. I'll let my producer sit down here and... Glenn, are you there? No, he's not here. But anyway, folks, I take a drink of this Dr. Pepper here. I
reached the voicemail box of 804-882.
It still needs to hang. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Well, anyway, building community. Boy, what? I would love to be in a community. You know, it's so damned lonesome up here where we are, and it was lonesome where we came from. There was no real community going on, and I'm going to go look for a community. I'm thinking about just getting RV back and going out and looking for a band of gypsies and moving in with them, just to have some kind of community. I'm honestly telling you the truth. I'm sick and tired of not having a true community. I would move in with a band of gypsies to have community. I don't think I would move in with Quakers, but that's a little bit too extreme for me to have community. But I would definitely move in with a band of gypsies or a band of hippies, have a commune. That's what I'm ready for. I'm going to sell the car and buy an RV and hit the hippie community. I'm going to go out there and just hit the road. I think that's what I'm getting ready to do. My producer doesn't even know it, but I think that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm sick and tired of all this other stuff. There's no community where we are. None whatsoever. Can't he just call the regular talk shoe number? Ask him to. Tell him it's real simple. Just call, press 1, talk to the host. It's real simple, like everybody else does. They call in. I had people on the line the other night. He's calling again. We're trying to get Glenn in here on the line with us. My co-host, he co-hosts with me sometime. And he's a good guy. He really works his butt off for us, sharing and commenting on our pages and stuff. And it's really, really a fantastic guy, I tell you. But I want community so bad. I want to be gathering the eggs up and milking the cows and the goats, and I want to be checking on the garden, and I want to be just out there with my hands and feet in the dirt, working. That's what I want to do. Glenn, are you there? I thought I heard him. Nope, he's not there. Keep trying.
Hey.
There's Glenn.
Yeah, we had a little problem there.
Yeah, well, we got a good producer here. I tell you, we got a hell of a producer here. So that's what it takes is good producers, you know, to make these things, make this magic work.
Yeah,
I don't want it right now. I'm gonna get off the air here in a minute, so I'll get it. Just leave it where it is. Thank you very much. But ladies and gentlemen, now Glenn's on with me now, and as I said, I'm ready to move out into a commune. I'm ready to move out with a band of gypsies. I'm ready to go where I can get my feet dirty and my hands dirty in the garden and gather the chicken eggs up and milk the cows and the goats and the hens I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to get back in the RV and hit the damn road. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm not living in a community. I'm living in a damn machine. I'm living in a machine where people come home and they walk like robots to their cages, and they don't say a word to you, and if they do say a word to you, it's a cold hello. And you know, I'm getting sick of that shit at my age. I want community. I want true community. I'd rather live with a bunch of stoners than to live where I live now. I'd rather live with a bunch of stone cold hippies, you know, that laid around on their ass all day and didn't get up until evening and stayed up all night raising hell, than I would live here where I am now. What do you think, Glenn?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd join you. I'm ready for a commune too. I lived for a year up in the mountains out of the back of a van. I loved it. You know, no worries. You can go where you want, do everything you want, and see the world. And you know, sitting around in a house is okay, but we don't have communities anymore. We have prison cells, basically.
I'd rather live with homeless people in the bands, like they all park at Walmart. You know, you go to any Walmart up here and you see 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 RVs parked, and they're all communing, they're all talking, they're all communicating, they're all helping each other. You know, and that's amazing. Rich people don't do that. I mean, middle-class people don't even do that. I mean, it takes being homeless, it takes being out there in the RV parked on the side of the fucking road at Walmart to have true community.
Yeah, we've lost that in the communities because they bred it out of the communities. They tell you we're all for the communities. You've got to form a community, but then but you can't talk to anybody. That's not a community. You got to have communication and bartering, people doing stuff for other people. That's what's going to win the thing, is getting out there and meeting your neighbors. Around where I live here in my community, I have a few people that are like that, but the rest of them are, don't bother me, stay in your own house and don't do anything. You wave to them, they stick their nose up and look the other way. It's like, you live in the same place as I do. You live right next door to me. And then they go, well, what's happening to me isn't affecting you. And it's like, you're in the same community. How can it not affect me when I'm right next door? And, I've lived in the projects. I've lived all over, and they're so racially divided that it's like, well, the white people don't know what's going on. If I'm living right next door to you, I'm in the same spot. It's happening to me too.
Yeah.
It's not just you are the only one, and everybody likes to feel, that they're the only ones being attacked when it's everybody. And we all got to get over this disease, I'm going to call it, because it is a dis-ease. And, we got to start learning to live together and helping one another. And that's what's going to make America great.
I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out of this. I'm getting out. I'm going to get out. If it kills me, I'm going to get out. If I have to spend $2,000 on a little RV, and I'm going to get out, Marion and I, and we're going to hit the damn road. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired, cooped up in this machine, this box, this cage. And I want to get out there and just park at the Walmarts and talk to people. Just talk to people and have communion and have fellowship. And,
I also found that, like, out in the country, you get communities.
Oh, yeah.
The people that are out in the country, you have communities. The closer you get to the city, it becomes every man for himself, and nobody cares about anybody else. And it's like, we got to get back to the urban living, back to the farms and stuff. We're not. That's why we're having to fight right now. That's why I'm having to fight right now with this conversation. I'm having to fight myself to go find communion somewhere, community. I have to go find it, I have to just break away, man. I have to leave, most of my shit behind and hop in the RV and just break away, like breaking away from a bad drug. And I have to just go find it. And that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm 60 years old, and I don't want to be cooped up in this place anymore. I'd rather be in a fucking foster home than to be cooped up in this apartment I'm in. But I was always an off-the-grid guy. I was always loved the woods and the hiking and the trails and the water and the streams and the creeks and the rivers and the ocean. I've always been that kind of guy that likes to be outside doing my thing, being able to hop behind the wheel of the RV and just go. When you get ready to go, just go, Yeah. I mean, like, when I was doing that for a year, it was so great. It was like, didn't have anything to do, didn't have anywhere you specifically had to be at a certain time, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. But, I enjoyed it too much, and I got my son out of the deal. So I settled down for him. But now that he's 19, there's not really much stopping me, and I like to go do it again.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was more healthy. And then sitting here in this house with a Imperial droid on the side of the house beaming energy at me all the time, called a smart meter, it gets really crappy. And it's like, no, I don't like being cooped up. I'd rather be out on the open road, see the world, see the United States. That's what I was going to do, and got sidetracked. But I want to do it again. But logistically, I don't have the money for it, and I don't have. So I'm making do with what I've got and trying to make the community better where I'm at.
I think I'm going to find a way to do it. I think I'm going to. What was I thinking a while ago? thinking about finding a community online that meets up. You know, that might be cool. Find a community online that's out there going from place to place to place, kind of like I'm talking about. There's got to be some communities like that online, right?
I've found a couple, but most of them have been bullshit. You know, it's always, we got to, we got to push Johnny. And it's like,
they got a leader,
everybody.
They got a guru.
Yeah, we got to have a leader, and we have to follow this, and we got to do that. And it's like usually one person that starts the commune, and then everybody joins in, and it becomes a cult. You know, it's not really a community; it's a cult. And then you got to follow the rules of this one person, and it's like, no, that's not living. You know, I'm trying to do away with that. And why would I want to join that by saying I'm going to do away with it?
Yeah.
Kind of redundant, because I've been involved in a lot of communities, and then they all turn out to be shit because of the same thing. Like I said, you know, it all becomes, well, Johnny has the best ideas, so we'll follow Johnny. And then, well, we don't like Johnny anymore, so we'll follow Jimmy now. And it's like,
Yeah. I know. I dumped a few groups this week because of that. I dumped a few groups this week. And then I was begged to stay in one. Well, not really begged, but kind of sort of begged to stay in one, so I did. You know, I'm still a member of MGTOW. Here we go. I'm telling everybody. I stayed in MGTOW. I said I was going to get out of MGTOW, but I stayed in just to piss those guys off. That's the only reason I stayed in, to piss them off, keep them on their toes.
That's some of the groups I'm in. I just been in them because they don't like me. It's like, all right, I'll stay in. You don't like me, I'll stay in and bug you. You know,
We've had. Well, I'm a moderator over there, so they can't do anything to me. I'm the top moderator, which is over an admin. So hell, you know, I'm gonna stay. Yeah, Northwest Mental Health Connection has post reach of 51 right now, and a post engagement of 112. That's pretty good since this morning, I would say.
Yeah, I've been pushing it on my Facebook page.
Yeah, I saw you. I haven't made
people interested.
I haven't made you an admin yet. I will here in just a short. I will just a short here. They stopped me from inviting people to our special event, so that got cut off. Facebook just zapped me, zeroed me out. No friends can be invited to this event. You are hitting people that you do not know. No shit.
If they're on my timeline, if they're as friends on my page, you know, Facebook bills itself as a social community to share stuff, but I started noticing everything is, you can't share this, you can't share that, you can't share this. You can't.
Right.
Well, then what good are you? What good is this if I can't share news from a news site on my own page? What good is your stupid spy program? It does no good, and it's like, well, it's useless. But then, you got to stay on, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. And I found out, too, if you start reporting incidences that are against their policies, they block you instead of them. Because if you report too much, they go, you're disturbing the balance of things, and they shut your account. You know, they throw you in jail, 24 hours, 36 hours, 7 days, 30 days. Fuck off. You're here. It's supposed to be sharing, and you can't share. Then what good is it? Well, you can play games on it.
Well, the whole thing is, to be very, very honest, you become addicted to Facebook like you and I are. Let's go ahead and admit it. We are addicted to Facebook, and they can come in and clip our wings and make us depressed, to make us go to bed. They can come in and clip your wings, just literally clip all of your wings and zap your page right out of existence. And that really does throw you into a depression. I mean, that throws you into a depression.
Well, they admit that they play mind games with you. They admit that they play, they post stuff that makes you depressed. They put all the negative stuff up there, and you don't get any of the positive stuff, and they control you, and they laugh about it. And Mark Zuckerberg, You know, he calls all his users dumb fuckers. You know, so and we are addicted to this shit. I mean, I started out, I was using it as for the friends and everything, and then I started getting political and started sharing news. And then, you know, when I went after my first account got taken down because I started seeing, you know, 3-year-old sucking dick. You know, do you want to see that you don't want to see that. You know, I mean, this one page stayed up forever, and it was like and they go, well, you're sharing child porn. It's like, well, I was trying to get rid of this stuff that's against your terms of service.
Sure you were, Glenn. Sure you were. Yeah, that's what they say.
No, not a 3-year-old. Not a 3-year-old, mate. No way.
I'm kidding. That's what other people would say, though. Is sure, Glenn.
Yeah, I've had that, and it's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, and then when they sit there, oh my God, this is so horrible. And it's like, oh, you're only about 2 or 3 clicks away from this shit anywhere on FedBook. I've already proven that years ago that you know. You click on a friend or a friend, and all of a sudden you find all this garbage, and you go, well, what the hell is this? You report it, and then Facebook takes you off of it. It's like, well, you know, that's good. You took me away from it. Yeah, great. But what did you do about the problem? Well, we don't have a problem.
Nothing. They tell me it doesn't violate our community standards. I was looking at my list today of people I reported just for really bad stuff, and I guess 9 out of 10 came back. It doesn't offend us. It doesn't breach our community standards. I'm like, my God, what does? What
I mean, they say, you know, they tell you nudity is not allowed, and you know, fully naked woman, you report it, and they go, well, this isn't nudity. It's like, then what the fuck is nudity, mate? You know. But then you show a lady in a bikini, and they're like, bam, 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 bam. It's like, you know, it's opposite what they say, and that's why I've lost both my first 2 accounts were because of that shit. It's like, no, this one, you got to stop reporting, and then I've got a list now, a long list, and when they give me it doesn't violate our terms of service, I usually go and copy their terms of service where it's, you know, that it says that this is the violation, and send it to them and say, what's this? You know, what does this say? This picture exemplifies what this thing says. No, it doesn't. We don't see it that way. It's like,
well, I've told everybody to go to YouTube and type in young sexy girls dancing. 4 syllables, 4 words. Young sexy girls dancing. I want you to do it tonight. Young sexy girls dancing on YouTube. Totally legal. I want you to type it in tonight, and I want you to see what comes back at you. And I want you to tell me how that can be totally anything. I mean,
right now.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. Totally legal. And there is some of the sexiest, nastiest, most perverted shit in there that you could possibly imagine in your wildest, perverted, dirty old man nightmare.
Yeah. Now I'm on there now looking. Yeah, you know, it's all 13-year-old girls
really
are lit.
Sexy shit, man. You know, and 13 will get you 15, you know, but I mean, it's legal. It's all legal.
Yeah.
And I got pissed off. I got pissed off one day and put a bunch of that on my page, my Facebook page. I just got really pissed off one day just to see what they would do, and I put it on my page one day, and Facebook shut me down.
Oh yeah, they blocked me for 3 days because I tried to post a sentence. Oh, just a you know, it was a political sentence. And you got to be blocked, and it's like, you can't share this, you can't share that, and now my page is constantly, you can't hardly get to my page half the time because they censor it and they lock it up and they do this to keep you under control, because if you can't share anything, you can't do anything on it, you know?
They're controlling me too, really bad lately. It seems to be getting worse every day, the control and the censorship. I don't know what we're going to do about it. Eventually, we're not going to be able to communicate at all. I mean,
Yeah. Eventually we're going to be living like China. I mean, that's the censorship Mark Zuckerberg wants to bring in, is a Chinese censorship where you can only state what they want you to state, and then it's not a community anymore. And when they start doing that, I'm all for the thing.
Well,
I'll find another platform.
Seems to me like that would mess their advertising up. I mean,
well, I went after the advertisers because I started asking the advertisers, do you promote child porn? Do you promote gore porn? All your links are up there on all this stuff. That must mean you promote it, and you get nothing back.
The advertisers don't care. I don't think they care anymore.
All they care about is the greenbacks. The money coming in.
So liberal. We've become so liberal. I don't think anyone at AT&T. I don't think an AT&T customer is going to care if AT&T advertises on a Facebook page where nudity is. I don't think they give a shit. Customers don't care anymore. They don't care anymore.
No, they're only interested in the bottom line, and the customer is too dumb to know anyway. I mean, they've dumbed everybody down so much and said this is normal, this is okay, this is legal, and the illegal they do right away. The unconstitutional takes them a little bit longer. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Facebook is involved in sweatshops overseas. They're involved in all kinds of nefarious activity. Oh,
yeah.
They pay their people like 10 cents a day or something over there to answer phones in some far Middle Eastern country to take complaints. You're not even dealing with people in the United States. When you get blocked, you're getting blocked by a computer. You're not necessarily getting blocked by a person anyway.
Oh, yeah, they've got algorithms for everything, and when their algorithm messes up, they go, well, the machine did it, we don't have any control over it. Like, yes, you do. You control the machines. You control the servers. You can fix it.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I don't know where Facebook's going. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that I would like to be off the platform. I'm not getting anything done here. I'm not making any headway here. I'm not accomplishing anything here, and I would like to pull myself away from this shit somehow, like I did by Xanax,
Yeah, well, I did leave Facebook for 9 months because I think it was right after my first account got shut down. I said, screw it, I'm off of there. I'm not going back on it, and then I'm like, well, I need somewhere to put out all my articles and stuff, so I set up another page and then, found out how bad everything was getting on there and started going after them for that, and then they shut me down again, and I said, this is my last account. I'm bringing up, this is the account I'm on now. It's my last account. If it goes down, I'm like, fuck it, I ain't doing it anymore. I only use it to get my articles out there and, to spread the news to the people that really want to listen. But I'm finding out there aren't that many.
I wonder who's got the balls to go up against Facebook and create another social media platform that's not so fucked up.
Well, if you do it without the FBI, CIA, DARPA, and IARPA, you don't get anywhere. They shut all these ones that start up. Mark Zuckerberg goes after them to shut them down because they can't have any competition. They like the monopoly of being the only thing because I was on MySpace and then it died, and because everybody moved from MySpace over to Facebook. And that's how they do it. They make these big, giant things, and everybody's got to be on it, and it drives all the competition down and away. And if anybody starts up one, like I said, they make sure to shut them down or to absorb them into it's like the blob. They keep absorbing things, and soon it's only going to be like two social medias on the internet because that's all they're going to allow.
I wish you could tell me how we're solving any problems here. I would like to see, for number one, I would offer anybody, if I had the money, $1,000 if they could show me where one of these petition .org crap has worked to knock some big wig off their chair. I'd give them $1,000. I'd give them $10,000 if they could prove to me that.
Well, they don't. The petitions don't work if nobody, you know. I've been on a couple of these petitions, and all of a sudden they go, they get enough people that say, okay, we can look at it, and they go, we don't care about that, or they shut the petition down, and go, it doesn't meet our standards, or we're not interested, or you can't have it, and
right,
you know,
right.
They ban, you know, they only listen to what they want to listen to. If it's pushing the bad shit, it goes real far. If it's pushing good stuff, you never hear about it.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Uh-huh. .org.
I mean, like,
whatever
you know.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, like
change.org. Change.org. I've never seen one of those work. Never seen one of those work. And I've offered people the opportunity to show me one that worked. Show me one. Just show me one that worked. And nobody has taken my challenge in 2 years.
They can't because they don't work. I mean, you know, you pretty much proved it right there. It don't work, you know. If it worked, just like if voting worked, they'd make it illegal. So that's just the way of things anymore. If it doesn't work, it goes far.
Have you ever read the contract at change.org?
No.
You know what it is, right? Spyware. That's all it is. Spyware. All they want to know is your opinion. One opinion, that's all. One opinion. Are you going to vote for this? Are you going to sign this petition? Okay, we have your vote. Now we know something else about you. Now, by the way, since you signed up with change.org, we're allowed to go into all of your computer files now. We're allowed to use anything we want to in your computer. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about.
I was sharing something from another site on FedBook today, and it came up, and it goes, this thing wants permission to see your timeline, your profile, your age, date of birth, phone number. It's like, no, you don't need all that. And I unchecked all the things, and then it was basically like, oh, okay, well, we'll guess we'll let you use it. It doesn't need all you. If I click on something to share it, I don't want them to know everything about me just for sharing, you know, Jenny got an A in school. Yay, I'm going to share that. Oh, well, we need, you know, your foot size and your how long your hair is. And you don't need all that crap.
No.
That doesn't have anything to do with sharing. And people automatically, just like robots, oh, okay, I'm going to share it. I'll click OK, boom. And, you know, and later in fine print it says give away your first child, but you didn't see that, you know, and you agree to it, and then get a knock on the door, you know, what's going on? Well, you clicked on that link that said we can do it. It's like ridiculous stuff. And you start telling the brain dead sheeple out there that, oh, you're making that up, and you show screen captures and nobody pays attention. Well, man, it's like, man, that's what we've become, is a non-attention society.
You want to know the truth. There is no social relevance whatsoever to Facebook. None whatsoever to Mark Zuckerberg. None. Not one shred. He doesn't give a shit about your social life. All he cares about is selling data and gathering data and storing data and amassing data. It's all about data. That's it. That's all. When you wake up in the morning, you're nothing but a data bit. That's all you are. You're a data bit.
Yep.
When you type, you're data bits. And that's all they care about. And the other thing they care about is they don't want you to get rich. They don't want you to have a lot of friends. They don't want you to be connected too much. They want to keep you, like you said, constrained and held back. They don't want you to be too famous, too popular, unless you pay for it. Now, if you pay for it, if you boost your posts, they'll make you think you're getting popular.
Yep, and they also control you by what the content you see, because they can go, well, we're not going to show all this. We'll only show this stuff to you. So you get that one view of the world that they put in front of you, and that's how they control a lot of the people. Is like, I share stuff from overseas, like news reports, and people, oh, you're making that up. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, it's like, why not? Well, I saw it on CNN, and CNN said that it didn't happen. It's like, well, here's 3 stories from overseas that said it did. 3-1, and well, CNN is, that's overseas and that's propaganda. It's like, what do you think CNN is? Mm-hmm. It's the main propaganda arm of the Rothschilds. So it's, and you start to, oh, you're a conspiracy theory, I'm not going to listen to you. It's like, yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I look at the theories, study the theories, and I question the conspirators on them.
Of course.
That's what I do. I've got a doctorate in conspiracy theory. Yeah. I study this crap. It's like, come on, people. They're not all, little green aliens. Okay, I got a little bit of a problem with that. I mean, it might happen, but that's a conspiracy theory to me.
Yeah.
But, the government spying on you through your refrigerator, yes, they can do that. They can spy on you through the smart meter. Oh, that's bull. That's conspiracy theory. You're just making that up. And then later on, oh, my God, it's happening. It's like, no, I just made it up. I must have a great imagination.
No, it's all real, man. It's all real. Everything you said is real.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I shared the news reports. I shared white papers with people. I've got tons of PDF files of stuff that people, oh, it's not real. It's like this PDF file is from the FBI. They say it's real. Well, I don't believe it. That's your problem, man. I don't ask people to believe me. I ask people to research what I find, and
I hope everybody's listening to me eat, because I do not care. I am starving to death.
Enjoy it, Nate.
I haven't eaten all day long. This is the first bite I've had. I'm eating homemade chili, man. God. It's good.
Oh, God. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love chili.
Huh?
I love chili.
And then I'm going to eat a gourmet bakery apple turnover after that. So that's going to be really, really good. Well, Glenn, I thank you for coming on with me tonight, man. I tell you, we got to work hard on this Northwest Mental Health Connection. And, I don't expect us to do any good. You can catch me on this a year from now. I don't expect us to do a fucking thing here, but we can keep trying. We can keep on keeping on. We can keep pretending that we're doing something every day, but
well,
we're not going to.
I do believe we're doing something where it's not. I've been trying to share stuff and do stuff, and I have seen some results. That there is some people that are. You can reach some people, but you're not going to reach everybody. And
I've helped a few people. I mean, I've helped a few people from committing suicide. I've kept them from committing suicide. I've helped people wake up and understand this, that, and the other. So, yeah, on that level, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but as far as...
But a massive good, nothing's going to be massively good.
No.
I mean... As much as we want it to, we don't have the money, we don't have the people, and I'm out here going, okay, okay, I'm not going to save the world, but maybe I can save a few people, and those people, I'll stick with it for them. And even if like my ex-co-host said, you only have 12 people reading you. If I only had 12 people reading me,
that's fine.
I'm still going to do what I'm going to do for those 12 people, so that they can get the truth. And in that case, yes, I've won. But am I reaching the multi-million people? No. I'm never going to reach. I can't say never. It might happen, but the odds of it happening are very slim. Yeah. But I have to think that I'm doing something good, because if I'm doing nothing good, I may as well just quit and go do something else. Yeah. Because I'm just wasting my time, and I don't feel like I'm wasting my time because I have seen my numbers going up. I have more communication with several different people I never knew from other places that are going, oh, wow, I didn't know there was somebody else like me out there. And, you know, and those people I start trying to keep close and, you know, hey, let's start build, like you said, the top 25,
Yeah.
you know, top 25, you know, let's do that. And, you know, I admit it, I'm retarded. I've got brain damage, but I'm still out there doing stuff. I can never do that. Yeah, you never can because you never will. If you say you never, you won't do it. But if you say, well, hey, that might be possible, then you're going to do it more.
Well, we just need to keep on keeping on. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiler Davenport and Glenn Sutphin on TalkShoe.com, and this show will be in the cloud by tomorrow at noon or so. We'll have it up in the cloud where everybody can hear it around the world, and I hope you have been somewhat enlightened by some of the things that we have said. I hope I didn't upset too many of you talking about Fukushima being one of the worst catastrophic events in the history of mankind. And, you know, we could be evacuating North America here just any time. I got some news feeds today that don't look good at all, but we'll see. Like I said, there's not a damn thing we can do about it. Not a damn thing we can do about it. So stick with what you can fix. Stick with what you can fix and fix that. Glenn, thanks a lot for coming on, brother.
No problem, mate.
I'll see you on PM, okay?
All right, man.
Y'all be good, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Bye-bye.